Welcome to TYT Sports. Great panel here. Britton Harding back with us. Britton, so glad to have you back. Pablo Alcina, I like that. And Jason Rubin on the end, finishing up the panel along with me, Francis Maxwell. Great story here. The biggest sporting villains we're going to talk about. So there is numerous. There is tons upon tons of villains. Some love them, some hate them. That's what makes them the villain, of course. We've got a list here with some of the great notable ones. One of them that's on there, you've got likes of Roy Keane, who is my personal idol, so that just sums up what we're talking about. I love him. No, you just got, because I'm looking at the bottom list because I'm like, yes, he has some bad tackles, but there is some absolute beauties in there. Jason, what catches your eye?
I love Latrell Sprewell. I'm a Knicks fan, so I don't consider him too much of a villain, but he is a villainous man after choking out his coach at one point in his career.
But the fans like that.
Of course. I mean, Pepe and Luis Suarez obviously up there.
Yeah. What did Suarez do?
Suarez, I think he took a bite out of Chiellini and multiple others along his career.
How about going old school with Tonya Harding?
That's
Yeah, what do you
That's
think,
before
Pablo?
some of the panel's time. I want to say R2's time. These guys.
She hired somebody to hit Nancy Kerrigan in the knee and knock her out of the Olympics. There's Tonya Harding.
That's definitely the one that caught my eye.
Is that just will to win?
She'll do anything that it takes to win. She'll do whatever it takes to win. You gotta love that.
Why wasn't Jose Canseco on that list? I mean,
that's a good one. That's a good one.
You know, everybody ripped him. Now everybody's saying, okay, he was right. He was right. But he's got to be on that list, Jose Canseco.
So one person I want to ask, and I'll throw it to you first, Britton, like Dwight Howard's on there, right? And he's never really done anything notably horrendous, but he's just one of those people that people just don't like, right? Because he makes the wrong decisions. He's what, Jason? He's soft for his size and stature. Yeah. So I mean, is there any on that list?
Look at the Lakers since Dwight Howard left.
Right, I know.
Garbage anyway.
Yeah,
so come on.
exactly. So what do you think? Any on that list that you think are just there because they're unlikable, or is there ones there that like just deserve to be there for what they've done?
You know, aside from Tonya Harding, I saw Dwight Howard and I was like, he deserves to be on that list. Like he's the type of person that he just like rubs you the wrong way. You don't know the guy. He's just extra soft. He makes the wrong decisions. He seems like a quitter. You don't want to know him.
Yeah,
and
from a boxing standpoint, you mentioned just to me before off camera, Floyd Mayweather could be on there because some people dislike him.
Yeah.
I just think you can't put like a villain in that same title as a guy who's potentially the best pound-for-pound fighter of all time. I know it's going to rub Pablo the wrong way because he's going to go in.
I'm not going to bring up his actual criminal records there. I'm going to mention LeBron James. Everybody hated this guy when he left to Miami. He took his talents to the great city of Miami, baby, 305 till I die. But they hated him for the wrong reasons. The guy's a great player. He goes back to Cleveland. Now all of a sudden everybody loves LeBron James. Come on, what's the difference? It's the same situation. I think he's a villain now because he left the best city in the world to live in Cleveland. Really, LeBron? No, he's a villain to me now.
But he's from Cleveland, though.
I don't care. Anybody but LeBron James can win another title. But hey, thank you for the 2 titles you did give us, LeBron. You're the man.
But you know what? Like, I think that would be a perfect segue into maybe the next biggest villain would be, that's not on the list, Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
You know, he talked about in his documentary that he did, I don't forget if it was HBO or Showtime, but he talked about how
Kobe's Muse, even the name is kind of like,
yeah, it's like, what is that about? But he talked about he created that Black Mamba persona to kind of embody all of the bad guy qualities that he had. Like he needed an outlet to be that villain on the court. And so he actually just, he embodied it. He owned it. He was like, yeah, I'm a bad guy. You know, I'm as cold as ice and I don't like anybody.
Yeah,
you know?
and that's what makes someone a potential star. We had a clip before when we both talked, me and Pablo was on it, and we talked about who was a bigger star, LeBron James and Cristiano Ronaldo. And the reason we matched them both up was not because they are leaders in their sport, because we know that Lionel Messi at the moment is superior than Ronaldo. But Ronaldo is more marketable, and my view is because he's still going to be loved or hated. He could easily be on this list because he has done some things in the past that are questionable. But is a villain more marketable than someone who's a goody two-shoes?
Sometimes. Look at Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter is Mr. Goody Two-Shoes. He's the captain. Nobody can say anything wrong about Derek Jeter. I love Derek Jeter. A-Rod, on the other hand, same team.
Yeah, that's what we talked about.
Oh, God, I can't stand Alex Rodriguez. I really can't. I hope he has a great season because I love baseball and we want the Yankees to do good. But A-Rod, he should be a villain on this list. I don't like it.
Well, I can tell you, A-Rod has a good season. Baseball ratings go up.
Oh, yeah.
Because people want to watch villains. I've been saying this for a long time. It makes it more captivating to watch. I think one of the problems the NBA has right now is there's really no villains out there except for the Houston Rockets. And even them. Because you look at the Golden State Warriors, and that's the problem, though. When LeBron was on Miami, People hated LeBron. They burned his jersey in Cleveland. I'm a Knicks fan. He didn't come to Madison Square Garden to win us multiple championships. Instead, the great city of Miami got 2 championships.
Yes.
But when you have these villains, you want to root against them. They are so important in sports.
I agree. All right, good point to touch to finish on. And obviously, we have to mention the honorable mentions that are not in there, like the Ivan Drago of the world, who I still think needs to be mentioned.
The
monster. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to TYT Sports. Awesome panel here. Stay tuned. More clips coming your way.